It has been 2 decades this year since the world lost its queen of urban pop. Aaliyah came and smashed the charts with her debut album. She was an all-rounder, great dancer, amazing singer, and was even successfully taken strides towards becoming a commercially viable actress. Had she been alive, Aaliyah's career would have touched the height which many can only dream of. Hello everyone and welcome to True Celebrity Stories. Today, we will discuss all about Aaliyah's life and her career. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Also, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll never miss any updates. Born to be famous. Aaliyah Hutton was born on 16 January in 1979. She was born in New York, but her family shifted to Detroit when she was very young. Her passion to sing was first noticed by her grandmother, and she always used to tell her songs to sing for her. Aaliyah's mother, Diane Hutton, started to get her trained by enlisting her in vocal lessons. Aaliyah was the performer in her family, be it singing at a wedding or a church. She was always up for it. It was her mother's idea to drop her surname and be only known for her first name. At the age of 10, she made her debut in a talent show called Star Search. What's baffling is that she got eliminated after just one performance. Her uncle Barry Hankerson, who was married to Gladys Knight, saw her confidence and propositioned her to perform alongside Gladys in her Las Vegas shows. Needless to say, she performed like the wonder she was, and that made Barry to get her signed with Jive Records. She was in her early teens when she got a record deal. At that time, no record company used to invest in child artists as it was a big risk. Soon, their risk paid off when Aaliyah recorded her first album. First album and worthy successors. Aaliyah's first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, was released in 1994. R. Kelly was the producer and writer of her album. He didn't introduce her like a 15-year-old child. Her songs were mature and she was presented like just any other hip-hop female artist of the 90s. The album debuted at number 24 on the Billboard chart, and it went on to peak at the 18th spot. The album went 2-time platinum and sold over 3 million copies in the United States. Her debut song, Back and Forth, topped the Billboard Hip Hop and R&B charts and stayed there for 3 weeks. When Aaliyah was on her way to achieving global stardom, she was also finishing school with perfect grades. She knew she was a role model who kids looked up to. I always wanted to maintain that. Even in high school when I first started to travel, I wanted to keep that 4.0. Being in the industry, I don't want kids to think I can just sing and forget about school. I think it's very important to have an education, and even more important to have something to fall back on. Aaliyah left Jive Records in 1996 due to personal reasons and got picked by Atlantic Records. The company was finding it difficult to find producers who would fund her album, but because of her illegal marriage controversy, no one was ready to invest in her. This was until Missy Elliott and Justin Timberlake came on board. Her second studio album, One in a Million, was an even bigger hit than her previous album. The album boasted of hits like If Your Girl Only Knew, 4-Page, and Hot Like Fire. The album sold over 9 million copies worldwide, and it went double platinum after a month of its release. Aaliyah's third and last album was released on 27 July 2001. She never planned to release this album after such a huge gap, but she got busy with her acting career. In an interview she told, "I wanted to take a break after One in a Million to just relax, think about how I wanted to approach the next album. Then, when I was ready to start back up, Romeo happened, and so I had to take another break and do that film, and then do the soundtrack, then promote it. The break turned into a longer break than I anticipated." The album sold 2.6 million copies in the USA, and it was certified double platinum. Many hit songs from the albums were released posthumously as Aaliyah died just after the month of the album being released. Body image issues. When Aaliyah came, the artists were not as vocal about body image issues as they are today. The Hot Like Fire once opened up about how the girls in her school made fun of her due to her short height. Although she was well liked by her classmates, there was still a group of girls who used to tease her because she wasn't tall. Her mother told her that her height is great and she should not feel ashamed because of someone else's perception. This made Aaliyah think that the fault wasn't in her, and it was just the jealousy and insecurity of those girls which made them say horrible things to another person. When she came into the limelight, she was extremely comfortable in her skin and didn't adhere to any beauty standards set by the world. This was a great lesson that came in handy when she became a professional artist. She told an interviewer how that incident impacted her. "You always have to deal with people who are jealous, but there were so few it didn't even matter. The majority of the kids supported me, which was wonderful. When it comes to dealing with negative people, I just let it in one ear and out the other. Those people were invisible to me." Illegal marriage with R. Kelly. Soon after Aaliyah's first album was released, a scandal almost made her career come to a halt. It was well known that R. Kelly was her mentor, producer, and lead songwriter of her debut album. When Aaliyah was working on her first album, she was just 14, which made their relationship extremely questionable to many. Every time she was asked about her relationship status with Kelly before 1996, she said he was her best friend in the whole wide world. But people saw her coming in and out of the house at the oddest hours, and she was even spotted wearing his clothes when she used to walk his dog. Soon, everyone's worst guess proved to be true, and a marriage document got leaked. The document was the proof that Kelly married Aaliyah in 1995, and in 1996 their marriage was annulled as she was underage. She couldn't have legally gotten married without her parents being present. Aaliyah lied, and on the documents her age was listed as 18. After 96, every time Aaliyah was asked about Kelly, she was visibly uncomfortable. Her body language used to change, and her answers used to be extremely short. When an interviewer once asked if she'll ever work with R. Kelly or call him her friend, she simply answered by saying no. Since her death, many horrific details of their relationship have come to light. Background dancers said that they frequently saw Kelly abusing her. His manager even spilled the details of their marriage, as he was the one who facilitated everything. Whenever Kelly was asked about Aaliyah, he used her death by saying he won't say a word as she is no more. Damon Dash, who was Aaliyah's boyfriend at the time of her death, later revealed that she was not comfortable talking about Kelly even in private. She just used to say that he was a bad man. Since the documentary Surviving R. Kelly has hit the screens, it seems that the world now truly knows what young girls like Aaliyah truly went through when they met this predator. Acting and other projects. After delivering 2 successful albums, Aaliyah was looking to expand her portfolio. She was young, beautiful, and the camera loved her. It was no surprise that she was being approached for acting projects. When she was a child, she had auditioned to be on the show Family Matters but couldn't get the part. Life was coming a full circle for her, as now producers were offering her roles themselves. She made her acting debut with Romeo Must Die, in which she was paired opposite Jet Li. She did all her stunts and wanted to be taken seriously as an actress. When the movie was released, critics called her a good actress, someone who had the chops to be cast alongside big names. She only worked in another movie after it. She had many other projects in the pipeline, but due to her untimely death, the world couldn't see what more she had to offer. The most game-changing project for her would have been The Matrix. She was really excited for this one. Untimely death and funeral. On 25 August 2001, the news of Aaliyah's death shocked the entire world. She had tragically passed away in a plane crash, which she had boarded to come to Miami. Aaliyah was in the Bahamas shooting for her music video of Rock the Boat, and while coming back, the plane was severely overloaded due to all the equipment and the number of her crew members. All the people on that flight died. There were no survivors. Her funeral was held on 31st August. It was a private affair attended by 800 mourners. Even after 20 years, Aaliyah's music is still commercially successful. Many documentaries have been made on her to honor her life and legacy, which has also kept her music relevant for the coming generations. Once in her interview with Vibe magazine, Aaliyah was beaming with pride as she was talking about her career. "I breathe to perform, to entertain. I can't imagine myself doing anything else. I'm just a really happy girl right now. I honestly love every aspect of this business. I really do. I feel very fulfilled and complete." She may have been long gone, but even today, her music connects with people who weren't even born when it was released. Now, that's what we call a legacy. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell button to get the notifications. Also, don't forget to watch other videos on this channel that explores more celebrity life stories like this.